Hey, good morning, Cincinnati. This is Gary Rossignol, Cincinnati's only rock and roll realtor. I am here for another segment of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. We've got some fun stuff today. We're giving away Reds tickets. We're going to have a moment with Miles. We have a visit with Rhea Davidson. But before all that, I will have my friend, Mr. Calvin Geyer. You can see he's in his Ohio State garb. He's a big sports fan, great golfer. We're going to tell you all about that in just a little bit. He works too sometimes, don't you?
Occasionally, it jumped out of the news earlier, so we're going to go.
Oh, we're ready to get started here.
Sorry, it jumped out of the news.
I'm ready.
The following is a paid program. Its views and opinions are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour, starring Gary Rossignol of RE/MAX Preferred Group. To be part of the program, dial 513-563-1480.
Stand by.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and happy springtime. I'm your host, Gary Rossignol with RE/MAX Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor. I look so forward to Saturday mornings because I enjoy bringing interesting thoughts on real estate, music, and life in greater Cincinnati. Bringing you entertaining guests is my goal each week, and today I have a gentleman that loves golf and the Reds and Ohio State, and he's no stranger to the show. He's been here many times before. His title is Operations Supervisor at Wesbanco Bank, Mr. Calvin Geyer.
Good morning, Gary. How are you?
Hey, you're getting a standing ovation. Not
Thank
really,
you.
not really. It's not on the air.
Happy to be here this morning with you, Gary.
Great, great. So, I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, hey, running a little behind this morning, but was definitely able to get here.
Hey,
And
we're right on time. We're going to say hi to Facebook fans.
hello, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in with us. It was a late night last night.
It was.
Yeah, we played at Miami Valley Gaming, had a great crowd. It's a fun place up there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
I live nearby there. I've been there occasionally.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fun.
Well, all the bells and whistles and all the ambient noise going on, we had to crank up the sound system. But yeah, we rocked it out till 1 o'clock last night.
Very nice.
So it's kind of
You rebound better than I did.
getting in the groove already this morning. Yeah, we had fun. So so let me see. Now, Calvin, you went right from college right into mortgage lending.
I did. Yep.
Not too many people go to college wanting to be a mortgage lender.
I don't think that's why I went to college either. So it was just an opportunity that came my way after I graduated. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, and got in the business, learned what I was doing, and really enjoy it and like it. And so, what am I, 8-9 years in now at this point, and
Wow.
really enjoying it.
You're moving up the ladder, my friend.
Been working with Ed Hensley for the last 6 years, so it's been really great.
Well,
I mean,
he'll move you up the ladder.
He's been a good mentor to me. So
yes, as he
knows,
is many of us. Yeah.
He knows he can call me. I get something done for him, so it's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do need to shout out and say a special happy birthday. My oldest daughter's birthday is today. Amy, we love you. You
Happy
were my
birthday,
pride
Amy.
and joy for many, many years, and you still are. You're an apple in my eye. I love you dearly. And she has given us Brianna, our oldest granddaughter, and Andrew, our grandson, and they are just what great kids. I'm telling you what. Amy and Dale are just super folks, and we just love them to death. Our family is a tight family.
That's fantastic.
We love each other so much. It's great. So happy birthday. We'll see you later on today. We're having a party somewhere.
Very nice.
We don't know where it is
Don't know where yet.
It's either at our house or her house.
There you go.
I think we're going to have them over at our house, I think. I'm not sure.
It's going to be raining today, so it's got to be inside.
Yeah, it'll be inside for sure. So let's talk about your golf game. How many rounds have you played so far?
Well, I played yesterday.
Yeah, well,
And,
of course.
I played Thursday.
In the wind.
In the wind. We played in the evenings. My buddy got off, and we played nearby Mason and in Liberty, where we work and live, and it was fun. Got out in the wind and enjoyed some of this nice weather, knowing it was going to be rainy the next couple of days here.
Mm-hmm.
But happy to have golf season back. It was a great Masters 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And I'm just happy golf is back.
Yeah.
Golf is back.
It's always there. It's always there. So, and you're still a Cincinnati Reds fan.
Of course, even though they're struggling.
Well, let's give away a couple tickets to the Reds.
Let's do that.
How about it? You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right. So here you go, folks. 513-563-1480. The first person that calls up and gives me the correct answer to this question: who is the country singer that the movie Coal Miner's Daughter was about? Or you can tell me who played that country star in the movie. Real simple. 513-563-1480. If you were around in the 80s, you remember Coal Miner's Daughter. And I know it's a little out of my genre. I'm not a big country fan, but this lady was a huge country singer back in the 70s and 80s. So you get a pair of Cincinnati Reds tickets if you tell me who the star is, who the Coal Miner's Daughter was about. And Dan will take the calls. The phones are ringing off the hook already. So if we get a second winner, I'm going to give away a $10 gift card to Starbucks.
There we go.
All right, there you go. So first two people to call is going to get a prize. So how did you end up at Wesbanco? You've been with a couple different places, and you've been at Wesbanco the longest of all your...
No, I've been to Wesbanco for about a year now. I was at First Financial for the previous 4.
Okay, right.
And so I moved to Wesbanco in last March. Had a conversation with Ed. He was looking for somebody to come in and help him out with some operation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He knew I was a good fit for it, and so he had me come join the team there.
So now, what is operations supervisor?
So I work primarily on our disclosures for the bank, and so here soon,
Is that those
really
little
next
fine
month,
prints?
all the fine prints, the loan estimates that all the borrowers see, they will go through. Really, where I'm going to be have oversight of, but I also help with our training of loan officers, kind of understanding of our products and programs. I end up being a pretty good resource for a lot of people to call when they're trying to structure their deals, and so I kind of wear a variety of different hats. I like to do that. Ed knows I like to do that. It lets me kind of
do your thing.
Do my thing, work on some weaknesses that I have while showing what strengths I can bring to the table. And so it's great. I enjoy every bit of it. Every day is different.
If you're not happy where you work, if you're not doing what you like to do, you're not going to be a very good fit.
Absolutely. And Wesbanco was just recently named the 17th best bank in the country.
Really? In the country?
In the country by Forbes. So that's a huge kudos to the way we run our business.
And Forbes is no slouch.
No, absolutely. That's a big ranking. And then here in Cincinnati, they do that, best place to work around Cincinnati, and we were a finalist in that. And so Wesbanco definitely is here, and we're happy to be here, and very excited.
That's Mr. Calvin Geyer. He's with Wesbanco Bank, and the phone number where you can call is 513-901-7088.
7937.
7937.
Yep.
Let's get that right.
513-901-7937.
7937. We got that. All right, we will get that right for the rest of the show. You
there we go.
Yeah. So, and you do loan originating as well.
I do some loan originating. That probably will be ending here soon, but we've got a great team of loan officers that we work with here in town that can certainly help anybody out.
Good. So if you want to, talk with another realtor friend of mine yesterday, and in fact I'm leaving here and going to Reading to sit in on their home buyer seller seminar, and that's he's a friend of mine, Tim Cox. He's with the RA Real Solutions Realty, and they're having if you're thinking of selling your house, or if you're thinking about buying a house and you want to hear about an hour presentation by some professionals at 11 o'clock this morning, go to Valley Central Bank. And there's no competition in our business.
No.
I mean, everybody's got their own fit. I told Tom I would shout out and just give that little announcement. This Tuesday at UC, I'm giving a special 2-hour presentation on how to sell your home fast and for top dollar.
Excellent.
We've got like 10 people already signed up to participate in that. We can put another 4 or 5 in the room. So
who do you normally see show up for that seminar when you have that?
For the seller seminar, people who are thinking about selling their house.
variety of ages.
Yeah.
I mean, just anybody that's a homeowner looking at.
Yeah, we get them in their early 30s till up into their 60s. Folks who have bought their first house are thinking about moving up and
Right.
haven't done it for a while. They want to get caught up on all the new disclosures and be aware of the market, find out the best ways to present their home, what they need to do to make sure that they get top dollar for it.
Excellent.
And we will present all that this coming Tuesday night
You weren't
at UC, and it's not at the main campus, it's at an off campus, so it's real easy to get to, free parking. You have some special products at First Financial, at Wesbanco Bank, correct?
We do. We've got your traditional, conventional FHA, VA, which most banks have, but the really what separates a lot of institutions apart is what they can do on the portfolio side, what they can do that they will retain and keep as what represents their bank loans. And so we offer a couple of different products, one of them being a 15-1 ARM. And so what that means is that we will amortize the loan over 30 years, like you will with a 30-year fixed. But instead of the rate being fixed for 30 years, it's going to be fixed for the first 15. And then it can adjust from there. Right, and so I know a lot of people have a concern about looking at an adjustable rate mortgage, right?
Yeah.
And I certainly would understand those concerns. But I'm sure we've seen today's market and how rates have really climbed on us over the last 6 months, really even in the last 3, we've seen a good jump in rates. But we can still take advantage of a little bit of a lower rate at a 15-1 ARM without having a 30-year fix, if we know we're not going to live in the house for 30 years.
And who does?
Right? I mean, the general average across the country is really, 6, 8 years that you end up holding onto that loan because you're going to do one of two things. You're going to move, you're going to call Gary, you're going to move, right? Or you're going to call me and you're going to refinance, right? So one of those two things are going to happen, right? And so why would you pay for a 30-year fix, for coverage for 30 years, if you're only going to hold on to that loan for maybe 10, 15 years at most, right? And so the difference that you can look at on the rate price is going to be maybe a quarter, maybe 3/8 of a point, right? And so depending on your loan amount, over the course of 10 years, that's a lot of payments, 120 payments, right? And so if it saves you $30 per payment over 120 of them, that's a lot of money. That is, okay?
Yeah.
And so that's the aspect people need to look at when they're looking at buying a home. Is it, do I really need a 30-year fix? Does it make sense for me? Am I going to be here for that long? Or do I want to take advantage of a little bit of a lower rate, save myself in the interest, get that equity a little bit quicker in the property, knowing I'm going to be out of here in the next 7, right? And so be smart when you buy the house, when you're looking at financing. Look at a variety of options. Don't just be scared because you see that it's an ARM. Understand how that can help you and what that can save you 7, 10 years down the road.
Yeah. ARMs have gotten bad rap.
They have.
Because some people would get into a 1-year adjustable or a 3-year adjustable, and actually it's fixed for a 3-year adjustable is fixed for 3 years. So if you're moving into town and you're only going to be here for 2 or 3 years, why get the 30-year mortgage?
Doesn't make sense to me.
And pay a 0.5% higher.
Certainly, if you do look at a 3-year ARM or a 5-year ARM, I mean those, and even today's rate market, you can still get those in the high 3s. But most of the time, a 30-year fix right now is 4.5, right? So that's a 0.5 point difference that you can look at, which saves. I mean, if you're looking at a $100,000 mortgage, it certainly saves you money. If you're looking at a $250,000 mortgage, it saves you a lot of money. Okay,
right.
And so it is being smart with your money. We always talk about being savvy. Okay, be savvy in your purchase. Be savvy in your purchasing, and be savvy in the loan that you get to do it.
Right. You got some veterans in your family, don't you?
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
My grandpa is a retired 1-star general.
Wow.
Lives in Puerto Rico. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
He just recently turned 77.
Wow, he's still going strong, isn't he?
Still golfs 3 days a week. Walks 18.
See, that's what golf will do for you.
That's what it'll do.
Well, I'd like to take a moment and express my gratitude to all the troops, the veterans, and the first responders. These are the men and women who selflessly strive to keep our nation and city streets safe and free. And without them, we wouldn't have the freedoms we have here in the United States of America. So if you see anyone in uniform, give them the thank you sign from afar, pick up their tab, shake their hand, give them a great big bear hug, and let them know that we said on the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour, we thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
And we need to go away for our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk about other special mortgage loans that are not considered in today's market. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 99.5 FM, 107.9 FM, and 1480 AM. We have 3 winners. Wow. See, how do I slice up these 2 tickets 3 ways? No,
sorry. Give one to one, one to the other.
Yeah. No.
I had 3 and I thought I didn't want to turn the third guy away.
No way. And these, I don't think these have ever called in before.
No, I've never seen those names.
No, cool. Good deal.
Good. The
So,
phone line's lit right up.
When you say Reds tickets, people are like, yes, what?
Yeah, all right.
Even the way they're playing this.
That's right. They want Reds.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to plug this into the studio feed. Hey, folks, I'm sorry. I didn't plug the studio feed in, but you got the ambient sound. You got the interview. There wasn't much behind the scenes that you didn't get this time around, but I will plug it in. We got my cousin, or no, my outlaw family member Tammy's watching. Ryan, Ken, Stringer, Tracy. Hey, Tracy, thanks for tuning in. Let's see, we got Dan Hurley, Courtney. Hey, Courtney. Jane. Oh my gosh, Greg, Richard. Doug, Tim Shrout, Pete. Tons of people watching already this morning. So I'm going to plug in the studio feed so you won't miss a lick of what's going on. You're going to get a little bit of news and commercials and all that stuff, but we'll be right back.
Commercial and residential customers for over 70 years. Consider Cooper Electric for all things electrical, from electrical testing and troubleshooting to electrical installations. Call Cooper Electric today for a no-cost consultation at 513-271-5000 or visit them on the web at cooper-electric.net. Cooper Electric is a proud 8+ rated member of the Cincinnati Better Business Bureau.
Welcome to Mount Healthy Auto Body. What can we do for you today?
I need a little cosmetic work.
Ma'am, you're at Mount Healthy Auto Body? We're talking about body work for your car.
From minor touch-ups to major mess-ups, the name you need to remember is Mount Healthy Auto Body. Keep the name and the number handy. Mount Healthy Auto Body, 521-8600. Mount Healthy Auto Body, precision collision repair since 1930. 521-8600. Come see them at 1595 Madison Avenue, 1 block north of the Ronald Reagan Cross County Highway in beautiful Mount Healthy.
Hi, I'm Brittany Ruby Miller. The Ruby family is working through our foundation to address Cincinnati's child poverty issues, and you can help. Join us on April 29th for a major fundraiser benefiting the Jeff Ruby Foundation and helping Cincinnati kids. For details, please visit jeffruby.com.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, thanks for staying with us, folks. Hey, Facebook, thanks for staying with us as well. I know you won't regret it. I'm your host, Gary Rossignol with RE/MAX Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor. I'll explain that later in the show. But first, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. People tune in just to hear this, because this is the captain of our ship at RE/MAX Preferred Group, Miles Beersford, and his moment with Miles.
And all her flags are flying. She is all that I have left, and music is her name.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend. Gary, Chris and I have just returned from the Ohio Realtors Board of Directors meeting at the state capitol. As always, the Realtors Political Action Committee was a major topic of discussion at the spring conference. The Realtors Political Action Committee has a proud history of being one of the most powerful advocacy organizations in America. Throughout its 46-year history, RPAC has leveraged the power of the National Association of Realtors. Since 1969, the Realtors Political Action Committee has promoted the election of pro-realtor candidates across the United States. Realtors raise and spend money to elect candidates who understand and support these interests. The money to accomplish this comes from voluntary contributions made by realtors. RPAC doesn't buy votes. RPAC enables realtors to support candidates that support the issues that are important to their profession. Assistance is contributed to the campaigns of individuals running for state, local, and national office. After a thorough review of the candidate's background and position on issues of particular concerns to property owners. Also, the Realtor Party, a nonpartisan group, is a powerful alliance of realtors and realtor associations working to protect and promote home ownership and property investment. The Realtor Party is effective at all levels of government because it's grassroots strength. This strength exhibited in advocacy as well as community involvement. The Realtor Party works hand in hand with the Realtors Political Action Committee. Active engagement in political activity is the right of every citizen, but it is the responsibility of every realtor. Get involved and make a difference. Become a major investor today. And that's this morning's Moment with Miles.
Wow. Well said, Miles. That's fantastic. Thank you, Miles, very much. Man, you know, if the general public don't know what we realtors do to make sure that their interest and tax payments are deductible.
Mm-hmm.
And we save homeowners, being a homeowner myself, we save ourselves hundreds and thousands of dollars a year just by doing that.
Absolutely. Yeah, the RPACs are a really great one. I'm pretty involved in the MORPAC, which is the mortgage professional one.
Okay.
And pretty involved with our GCMBA and here in the area, the Greater Cincinnati Mortgage Bankers Association.
Mm-hmm.
Ed's part of the state board.
Right.
I've been to some conferences through the National MBA program. And so those are great organizations that represent us as professionals. I think they do a great job. And so they certainly have my support,
mm-hmm.
and look forward to working with
every year they try and bring to the table at the state level to reduce or eliminate the tax deductions.
Mm-hmm.
And we raise up in arms. I mean, we're almost 5,000 strong just in Greater Cincinnati. And I know I contribute. We send hundreds and thousands of dollars just to support those campaigns.
Yeah, so, as a high property tax state, that one's definitely important.
Absolutely. So if you own a home, next time you see a realtor, don't say you guys charge too much. No, thank us for what we do.
Certainly.
And we do a great job. Thank you, Miles. He's the captain of our ship. Later on in the show, we'll have a short visit with Rhea Davis and the Dragonfly Foundation. I've got a lot of regular visitors, and I'm very happy and grateful for each and every one of you. I wish I could shout out to all of you, and I am right now. Next week, right here in the studio, Dan Orner. You know Dan, with
mm-hmm.
First Title Agency. He runs a tight ship at First Title Agency, and they do a tremendous job. People don't know what title companies do. We're going to explain it to you next week. So I have with me Mr. Calvin Geyer. He's with Wesbanco Bank, 513-901-7937. If you're thinking about getting a mortgage or refinancing, first-time buyer, 10th-time buyer, whatever, call them this week. They do a top-notch professional job. Anything Ed Hensley has his hand in has got to be top-notch.
I would agree,
as he is the financing guru in Cincinnati. So let's talk about first-time buyers. You have a special program at Wesbanco nobody else has.
Absolutely. So we've heard of welcome home funds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most banks here in the area get them. Most of them by now are out in mid-April, and so I've experienced that in my past. I know what kind of rush that can be. And so here's where
they camp out on your doorsteps for days,
and we wait for them. As soon as we can submit openings for them, we get them in there right away,
yeah.
and they get reserved up pretty quick, which is good. It's a great program, and that's through the the Federal Home Loan Bank of Cincinnati. Wesbanco, our headquarters is in Wheeling, West Virginia, which is closer to the Pittsburgh Federal Home Loan Bank, and so that's the one that we belong to.
Okay.
And so our program's a little bit different. Our program's called the First Front Door Funds, and those funds generally last us until July.
Okay.
I did one last year in July, and so we would expect them generally to last at least.
When it's gone, it's gone, right?
When it's gone, it's gone, right? And so, but they will last for a little bit longer than these welcome home funds do, and so we can utilize these here through the spring for our first time home buyers. Same program as welcome home. There's an income limit. Based on the household, how many people live in the house, and who's making income, and so we can get you qualified on that basis. We can use it for a variety of different loans, FHA, VA. We really help people get into home with very little down payment. In order to qualify for the funds, it's a 3-to-1 match program. Okay, up to a $5,000 grant. So if you've got $1,700 in a savings account, I can match that up to with $5,000 to go towards your down payment and closing costs.
Wow.
It helps you get in the house.
Yeah.
And so you combine those with some seller pay closing costs. It really goes a long way in being able to get somebody into a house with very little out-of-pocket expenses.
But you're going to have to kick that back out sometime in the future, aren't you?
Kick the $5,000. There's no repayment as long as you live in the house for 5 years.
Wow.
It's completely completely forgiven.
So they're just going to give you $5,000 to apply to your down payment.
You got it.
Or closing costs.
You got it.
Home inspection.
You got it.
And if you stay there for 5 years, which most people do,
certainly,
goes
done.
away.
Goes away. Wow. Free $5,000 you got there. It's free money. You know, that's what we like to call it. It's
free money.
It's free money.
Yeah, right. Nothing's free. There's no free lunch.
Free money.
Come on.
Right. the payment back is 5 years you living in that house because you wanted to buy this house and they help you get into it.
513-901-7937. Call Wesbanco this week. Nobody in town has this.
Nobody. $5,000. Let's get you into a house.
Free money. Wow. And I thought giving away these Reds tickets was a big deal. Bob Luthi, you got 2 tickets to the Reds game, and that's going to be on April the 25th. Good seats, and they're right next to each other, too, by the way. There's two tickets next to each other. Larry Davis gets himself a $10 gift card to Starbucks, and Barty Alley gets himself a $10 gift card to Starbucks. I'm generous today. We had 3 callers right away, and Dan just wrote them all up.
Congratulations to our winners.
You got that for sure. So, does that you work in Northern Kentucky as well as Cincinnati?
It works. We can use that in all 48 states. All 48 continental states.
A lot of people don't realize I too am licensed in Kentucky. I had a cousin a couple months ago. She sent me a Facebook message and says, "Who can you refer me in Kentucky? Me and Mom want to buy a house." I says, "Well, me." So we proceeded, and they just moved in about 3 weeks ago.
Good.
So Shirley, Aunt Shirley, and Sheila, my cousin Sheila, thank you for relying on me to help you with that. It was a fun time. And I do have some other questions for you, Calvin. Found these and doing my research. Which you answered the first question. Can I buy a home with no money down? Well, if you're a veteran.
If you're a veteran, you can. We can do 100% financing that way.
With VA financing.
And honestly, if you know, depending what your purchase price is with those first front door funds, we've got people qualified with coming very little to the table, if much at all, on those.
Now, how does somebody know if they qualify to buy a home?
The number one thing to do is call your loan officer. Give a Wesbanco loan officer a call. They can take your information there over the phone. They can either set an appointment, whatever you're comfortable with. Get the information. We have a great origination system that we use to plug everything in, and it will tell us whether or not you're going to be qualified. Give us your credit score, your debt to income ratio, what you're looking to put down. There's a lot of other information that we've got to look at to evaluate whether or not you're qualified. Our system will do it for us, and then we can produce you your qualification letter that every realtor needs. But to go out and show you some homes and get you all set. That process really in total can take 30 minutes to an hour, but it's the easiest 30 minutes to an hour. I know that you'll be qualified and ready to go and won't run into any hurdles.
I get this question all the time. We only have about 30 seconds to answer this or less. But folks coming out of the banking bust that we went through and the market downturn in 2008, we're just beginning to recover from that, and we'll talk about that in the next segment. But big question is, we had a bankruptcy. Can we still buy a house?
You can certainly buy a house. Requirements at least 2 years outside of your bankruptcy, 3 years for some additional products there. It opens up a little bit more for you. It's important that you were never late past their bankruptcy, and that you have maintained a good credit profile. But it can be done. There certainly is a waiting period, but we can make those happen.
All right. 513-901-7937 is the phone number for Wesbanco Bank. We need to go away for our second break. When we come back, we're going to have music trivia, and so don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 99.5 FM, 107.9 FM, and 1480 AM.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment.
All right, well, how is the sound on that segment, folks? That was a whole lot better, wasn't it? Yeah, sure it was. Let's see. We've got more people watching. David Rawlings and Jennifer and Tim Williams. My cousin Ray. You know, one of these days, Ray, we're going to meet up. I want to see that Harley in person. He's somewhere out west. I don't know. But we Facebook each other a lot. But Ray, you're great. Sarah, Michelle Spieg. Hey, Michelle, that's another cousin of mine. Leon Kelly. All right. So thanks everybody for watching. I'm going to plug you back in the studio feed, and we're going to get back to the show.
Free parking behind our store and a convenient back entrance. Save Discount Drugs, proudly celebrating 35 years in business. 859-431-2857, 431-2857, or online at SaveDiscountDrugs.com.
There are those in the world that cannot defend themselves. There are those that need help. That's why there are police officers.
Our community needs more talented, caring, dedicated police officers. We need you. A new Great Oaks Police Academy class starts soon. Sign up now to take the physical test on April 21st. And see.
I can't do this online because they can't see, but this is the birthday card that the guys put together for me. See me in the hot air balloon blowing on my berry sacks, isn't that cool? I think that's really cool. So I'm gonna be using that in some marketing. But yeah, it's the new Remax logo, and yeah, my birthday was last month. We didn't play last month then, but we always have fun with each other's birthday, and that was kind of fun. That's neat. Thanks, guys.
Including registrations to individuals. See your dealer for details.
Mark your calendar now. The annual Steve Chu Tribute Show to Elvis and Rock and Roll. Saturday night, August 4th at beautiful Moonlight Gardens. Steve and his rockin' band and other headliners for a great show and dance. Saturday, August 4th at Moonlight Gardens.
For today, partly sunny with a warm breeze, high 76. Increasing cloudiness tonight, followed by showers, maybe a thunderstorm toward daybreak, low 60. Tomorrow, cloudiness and breezy, a couple of showers and a heavy thunderstorm, high 69. Sunday, cooler with periods of rain and a thunderstorm, high 60. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Elliot Abrams, part of the news traffic and weather team on 1480 WDJO, and now on FM 99.5 and 107.9.
How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the
We're going to have some fun this morning with my music trivia. It's a little off the wall, but today in 1953, Lita Rosa was at number 1 on the UK singles chart with this song, How Much Is That Doggy in the Window? The 27-year-old singer was the New Music Express Reader Top Female Artist of 1953, and with this single became the first British female singer to top the UK singles chart. In 2004, she was told by an interviewer she told an interviewer she would never want to record it, adding, "I sang it once, just one take, and vowed I would never sing it again. When it reached number 1, there was enormous pressure to perform it, but I always refused. It just wasn't my style. Well, after she passed away, the probate record shows that she left around $427,000 to 11 charities. 270 of it went to Battersea Dogs and Cats Home, Guide Dogs for the Blind Association, and the Cinnamon Trust. How generous is that?
That's nice.
Today in 1963, the Rolling Stones played at the Crawdaddy Club in Richmond. All 4 members of the Beatles were in the audience. The name of the club derived from Bo Diddley's 1960 song, Doin' the Crawdaddy, which the Rolling Stones regularly performed as part of their set. In turn, the club would inspire the name of the American music magazine, Crawdaddy. Today in 1967, David Bowie's novelty record, The Laughing Gnome, was released in the UK. The track consisted of the singers meeting and conversing with the creature of the title, whose sped-up voice, created by Bowie and studio engineer Gus Dudgeon, delivered several puns on the word gnome. The song became a hit when reissued in 1973, despite it being radically different to his material at the time. It made number 6 in the charts.
This is crazy.
I know. Today in 1971, the Illinois Crime Commission issued a list of drug-oriented records, including White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane, A Whiter Shade of Pale by Procol Harum, and the Beatles' Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Today in 1999, UK singer, songwriter, and actor Anthony Newley died of cancer. He scored 12 top 40 singles from 1959 to 1962, including the number 1 single, Why. He won the 1963 Grammy Award for Song of the Year for What Kind of Fool Am I? And he's married to actress Joan Collins from 1963 to 1971. And today in 2009, former Beatle George Harrison was honored with a posthumous star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in Los Angeles. Sir Paul McCartney attended the unveiling outside the landmark Capitol Records building, joining Harrison's widow Olivia and son Danny, Eric Idle, Oscar-winning actor Tom Hanks, and musician Tom Petty also attended the ceremony. The winner of the trivia question, Loretta Lynn. It's her birthday today. In 1932, she was born. Country singer, the first woman to be named Country Music Artist Entertainer of the Year. Her best-selling 1976 autobiography was made into an Academy Award-winning film, Coal Miner's Daughter, starring Sissy Spacek and Tommy Lee Jones in 1980. So there, I hope you enjoyed my strange fun facts of music today as much as I enjoyed researching it and delivering it for you this morning. Yeah, country isn't my favorite genre of music, but you know what? What a voice. I'm telling you what, if you're a country star, you know Loretta Lynn was the top of the charts back in the day.
Right.
Great. Good movie too, by the way. Sissy Spacek did a great job portraying Loretta Lynn. So, you're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. My name is Gary Rossignol with RE/MAX Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor, because I play with the greatest classic rock band, Bluestone Ivory. You're going to catch us all over town. We were at the Miami Valley Gaming last night. We're going to be back there on July the 6th for a fun time. We're going to be all over town. We're going to be at Bellevue, on the river, Assumption Church Festival in Mount Healthy, Liberty Center in Liberty Township, Keener Park in Westchester, Coney Island twice. We're going to be we're going to headliner at the Red White Kaboom in Fairfield on July the 3rd. Arlington Memorial, Spring Grove Cemetery, we're going to be at St. John's, Coal Springs, and the second annual RE/MAX Balloon Festival for Dragonfly Foundation, which we'll talk when Rhea comes on a little bit. There you go. BluestoneIvory.com. Our schedule is on our website. And come out and see us. You won't regret it. Let's see. We have Mr. Calvin Geyer. He is with Wesbanco Bank, and their phone number is 513-901-7937. We have some more mortgage questions. We wanted to. You mentioned in an email that you want to explain Mortgage 101. What does that mean?
Mortgage 101. I mean, it's it's nice to work to be prepared, right? You got to be prepared when you want to buy a house, and so you get them prepared at understanding what it is that they want to go look at. You find them some good options, and then they need to buy, right? So they need to be prepared to be able to get approved for the loan. And so, Mortgage 101 is that what I tell people is gather your documents, gather your tax returns, your W-2s.
You're going to need all that.
Start collecting your pay stubs, your bank statements. You're going to need all this information, and so. Your loan officer is going to tell you that, right? They're going to ask for all pages of your bank statements. So that fifth page that says this page is blank intentionally.
They want to see that.
They want to see it, right? They need all pages. And so some of these things, may seem to some people they don't understand why, and a good loan officer can explain those to you. But it's helpful to understand. I know that I need these documents. I know that these are the ones that at a minimum need to be reviewed and approved. And so if you can be prepared and bring those into your loan officer, either in your initial appointment or send them in an email to them, those are going to go a long way in making sure that your qualification is strong, and that when you do find a house and write your contract, you're not having to wait and really struggle at the end to get this thing approved. You can get it done and quick.
Yeah. You said send an email. You do want to be very careful with what you send an email. Make sure that it's a secure email to your loan officer.
Correct.
And also, if you get an email in your inbox and it looks a little suspicious and they're asking for bank statements or bank accounts or social security numbers, delete. Just delete. Get
Correct.
rid of it.
Yep. Call your loan officer. Confirm that he's asking for the information.
Right.
And where you need to send it to.
Yeah.
Very. You can always drop it off at really any bank, any branch. They can take copies of everything and get it to your loan officer.
You're all
a lot
over
of times
the place.
that's easier.
You're
We're available everywhere we can be.
Yeah, you got a bunch of storefronts in the greater Cincinnati area. Yeah. So a couple more questions that I came up with. Can I rent my home right after a close?
You can. We will qualify you based on holding both payments. The home that you're moving out of, whatever whatever your mortgage payment is there, including your taxes and your insurance, plus your new one, including those taxes and insurance. If you do not have a rental history in the past, I couldn't give you any income for that rental property. But once you file your taxes and in the future, you could definitely claim some rental income, and we could qualify you on that. If you have some rental history where you have owned some other rental properties and you have a signed lease for the house that you're moving out of and moving into a new one, we can give you some rental income to offset the debt of that second mortgage. Sometimes it can be difficult to qualify holding two full mortgage payments, but we can certainly get them done.
I think the question was, can I rent my new home right after closing?
The new home, if you buy a investment property, you can certainly rent it out.
You have to specify that.
Absolutely. You do sign. There is an affidavit that you will sign at closing that says that you will occupy this home as your primary residence within 60 days. If you do not, technically that is
banking police out.
Technically, that's mortgage fraud, and you could be getting a knock on the door that wouldn't be very much fun. And so, could you rent a property after you buy it? You can. You have to specify that it would be an investment property.
Right.
Correct.
And on the purchase contract front page, you have check marked it. You're going to own or occupy it, or you're going to rent it, or other, and you have to explain.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's
and that is scrutinized. That means that it is not. You can't just say this is going to be my primary residence. And
can't leave it blank either.
No, we're pretty good at being able to determine whether
sellers want to know. I mean, sellers right now it's a seller market and supply and demand, and the market we have right now is we have a high demand and less supply.
Absolutely.
And so sellers they're looking at these contracts, and you either come in strong, have good financial statements that you can buy this house, give them a hefty earnest money deposit, and they want to sell it to someone who's going to enjoy their home like they enjoyed it.
Right.
And if you're in a multiple offer situation and you're going to buy it and rent it out to somebody, or you give a low earnest money, or you're asking for a lot of contingencies in your contract, guess what? The price doesn't always matter. It's not always the price that wins out in a multiple offer situation. So I highly recommend call your real estate professional for advice as far as doing that. A lot of people think that they can just walk into an open house and buy the house, with a handshake, but it doesn't go that way. There's a lot more stuff. So you might want to come out to my How to Sell Your Home Fast for Top Dollar seminar this coming Tuesday at UC. Call me anytime this week, 513-777-2402, and I can get you a front row seat at that seminar. Let's see. We're up against the clock. Don't touch that dial. Stay right with us. Rhea Davison with the Dragonfly Foundation next. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 99.5 FM, 107.9 FM, and 1480 AM.
The house is a rockin', don't bother knocking.
You're invited to bring your mortgage business to Wesbanco. Wesbanco is a solid community bank and works hard to be good financial partners in the communities where its customers, employees, and families live. Wesbanco offers mortgage solutions to make the dream of owning a home an affordable reality. Apply online, over the phone, or arrange a meeting at your convenience. Call today at 513-791-1870. WesBancoMortgage.com. Wesbanco Bank Incorporated is an equal housing lender.
Coming to Cincinnati, the 2018 7th Annual Greater Cincinnati Baby Boomers Senior Expo and Open House at the Ramada Hotel on Chester Road, Wednesday, April 18th. You can meet over 30 senior service providers, including Acute Hearing, Vitas Innovative Hospice Care, Otterbein, Traditions of Deerfield, Miracle Ear, Carasaurus, Gate of Heaven Cemetery, and many more. There'll also be free hearing screenings by Acute Hearing. Compare active adult retirement communities, home health services, home care agencies, and many additional related services. There'll be door prizes and giveaways and much more. Mark your calendar and plan to attend the free 2018 Greater Cincinnati Baby Boomers Senior Expo and Open House at the Ramada Hotel on Chester Road, Wednesday, April 18th, 10 to 2. For more information and details, look for ads in the paper or go to expo4seniors.com. Cincinnati's biggest and best Baby Boomers Senior Expo.
Cincinnati, are you ready for a spring getaway? If so, Ultimate Air Shuttle has a great weekend promotion for you.
Now through May 29th, you could fly from Cincinnati's Lunken Airport to Cleveland, Chicago, Atlanta, and Charlotte for only $149 each way. And New York City is only $199 each way. Parking is free, bags are free, in-flight snacks and drinks are free. Best of all, arrive 15 minutes before departure.
Book your weekend getaway now at UltimateAirShuttle.com.
Ultimate Air Shuttle flights are public charters sold and operated by Ultimate Jet Charters LLC as director carrier.
Take a step back away from the hurried life you live today and relax. Take a stroll through Covered Bridge Antique Mall. For the past 25 years, they've been the go-to shop for treasure and bargain hunters from the tri-state and beyond. Beautiful antiques, jewelry, collectibles, and one-of-a-kind items. Covered Bridge Antique Mall, a truly unique shopping experience. 7508 Hamilton Avenue in the heart of historic Mount Healthy. 513-521-5739.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home
With us, folks, we got Rhea Davison on the line. We're going to have a nice little conversation with her about what's going on in the world of the Dragonfly Foundation. And a lot more people watching. Wow.
10 seconds.
All right.
That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, we are rocking and rolling this morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gary Rossignol with Remax Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor. And I explained that last segment, but I want to thank Calvin Geyer for being on this morning. Calvin, thank you, my friend.
Thanks, Gary. Happy to be here.
513-901-7937. If you're a first-time buyer, second time, third time, or want to refi, call them this week. They have some very special programs. You can get into a house with no money down. Next in line this morning, this is what I really, really wait to talk to this lady because she is just a bundle of joy. because that's what they do. They bring bundles of joy and smiles to the faces of the children and their families who are afflicted with blood disease and cancer. And these kids, they don't see an end to their misery, but when they meet Rhea and her plethora group of volunteers who do nothing but smile, grin from ear to ear, and it is magnet. I mean, it's unbelievable what they do. And I love your new website, Rhea. This is
I know, isn't it cool?
This is Rhea Davison, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. There's your applause.
Well, technically, our website is on a soft launch because we're still fixing it. Just launched last night at 10 o'clock, and we've got to work out some of the kinks, like there's a menu that's not displaying. But generally, you can see what you need to see, which is the donation page, the event calendar, and our homepage. So, but keep checking back. We're going to keep adding content to it. So
yeah, it's all
we're really
right
excited
here.
About it.
This events page is just fabulous.
Isn't it great?
Oh my gosh! And everything moves around. It's dragonfly.org, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to know what we're talking about, look it up. You can do it on your smartphone, your iPad, your Galaxy Pad, whatever. I'm looking at it on my Microsoft Surface right now, and it is just so interactive. And I can go right to August the 25th. Which is something I'm looking forward to this year, and
we're still adding information to that.
Yeah,
but and so I have to give a shout out to Uplift My Brand or Uplift Studios. Matt Burning has done this as a volunteer, and he's just been absolutely incredible to work with. Absolutely,
they're the one who put this together for you.
About him. Yeah, he designed it.
Wow, good job. That's a great job.
And I can't even tell you the thousands of hours he spent on this, just helping us kind of with our messaging and getting it right and working with us on photography, and he's just been fantastic.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very attractive. And
thank you.
Yeah, we've got to thank folks like that. And that's what the Dragonfly Foundation needs. They need more than just money's great. Money doesn't grow on trees.
We can't do what we do without it.
But you need you need volunteers. You need people that can give you stuff like this that make your job a lot easier.
Absolutely, and we're looking for some players for our golf classic. A few sponsors extra might be nice. Auction items if people want to donate to our golf
you got
classic.
A team, Calvin?
I think I could come up with a team.
There you go.
Oh, please, that'd be awesome!
All right.
Yay! I think we've got like 4 foursomes left. So
okay. Right.
Help us get some more people there. That would be great.
I'll get him your number so he can get that all lined up this week.
Oh, fantastic! And it's all about helping these families, and hearing their stories every day just make us feel like we're making such a difference. Mm-hmm. And there's a post on there about one of our staff people who started as a volunteer, but even before she started as a volunteer, she was a cancer patient before Dragonfly was around. And she always talks about, what it was like before and what it's like now, and how happy she is that we're providing these services and programs to these families. And we have people, like I'm meeting with someone today who wants to put us near Auburn University at UAB, Women and Infants Hospital, because there's nothing out there like that for those families that go through cancer there. And it's amazing. What we're doing isn't rocket science. I always say that, but it seems to be so incredible,
Right on the front page of your new website it says, since 2010, we have served 4,500 registered patients and their families.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's in 8 years.
Yeah, and that's registered, and then we've served thousands of others that, for one reason or another, may not register or who have a blood disease that we support in the hospital but don't support outside of the hospital. So, for example, there's people with anemia or other type of blood diseases that are manageable, right, that don't need a bone marrow transplant.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're so bad that they need a bone marrow transplant or chemo or radiation, then they become a Dragonfly outside of the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh,
So yeah, it's phenomenal.
All right, great. Listen, Rhea, we are up against the hour. If you want to help the Dragonfly Foundation out right now, get your smartphone out and text the word WINGS15 to 71777. You can donate anywhere from $5 to $15 to $50 to $500. It's a very secured website, and it will allow you to donate until it makes you feel good. So do that right now. Don't hesitate. And I'll get Calvin information, so we'll get you that other foursome.
I'm looking at the flyer right now.
Yeah, he's got it on his smartphone. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Rhea. We will talk to you next week. Coming up next is Tony Bender and Dane Donovan in the Car Tech Show. If your car isn't making right noises or making the wrong noises, stay tuned. They'll fix it on the phone or on the radio for you. To wrap things up this week, let's rock it out featuring Tom Hallenstein with Bluestone Ivory playing Delbert McClinton's version of Roll the Dice.
Thank you for tuning into the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour, starring yours truly, Gary Rossignol. For all your real estate needs, you can reach me at 513-777-2. Okay, folks, if you were at Miami Valley Gaming last night, you heard us play that song live. We have fun with that one. Tom's a great guitarist, so anyhow, thanks for watching. It'll be on Facebook for quite a while, and we will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.